Okay,
no, it's not
someone
being
just
recorded.
asked me in the room.
It is not being recorded, no. This is from Pronto. So everybody let it rip because we are not recording it.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't panic, everybody.
I go along with Akko. Akko is, he said it all just like what I'd like to say it all. It's exactly the same thing. We're all getting the same lineup from all the angles, from all the intel providers. It's all coming in the same. It's all lining up the same. I've got emails, text. I've got confirmations, phone calls from over in Baghdad. I mean, it's just every bit of it is coming in the same thing.
Yes.
And there's no difference. There's no variation except differences in the words and the way they're saying it. But all the intel is exactly lining up, just like I was saying.
Yep.
Exactly.
And the other thing, one thing I was sharing earlier tonight is, it feels to me now that there is probably some misdirection out there, but it's the good guys trying to minimize the fraud and the supercomputer arbitrage and all the other little tricks that the big guys are going to play when this thing finally hits. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
Bodie, we have to do a disclaimer.
Go right ahead.
No, I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
You do it. Just do it quick.
Okay.
And says, Martha, tell them to disclaim.
Well, first of all, we're not recording it, so it doesn't matter, but it is Saturday evening, 2:21. We are not
Sunday
professionals.
evening.
Behave. We are a group of individuals here to provide you the knowledge, share knowledge with you that we have learned. We are not professionals. We are here of our own accord. And again, it's our opinions. Do your due diligence.
Admiral Bill is recording it.
Would you quit?
Admin Bill, rather.
Please do your due diligence and seek professional help. Thank you.
Admin is recording, dear.
Okay.
And I'm not really Iko Ward. I'm a paid surrogate on his behalf. No, not on his behalf.
He's a clone. Iko's clone tonight.
So, yeah, but anyway, so what the point I wanted to make was that I think the if there is misdirection tonight, it's on purpose. It's for everybody's benefit. Don't forget this is a worldwide event. There's 193 countries doing this. It's not just us little Denari here in the U.S. So.
Akko, how did you find someone to sit in for you that had the exact same voice?
That's funny.
That's easy. Any recording engineer can solve that. And the company has linguists that can basically match your level of diction and syncopation and everything else if they really want to. So nothing's impossible anymore, right? It's all there somehow. Anyway, but that if I did want to share anything, those were the two things. All the information seems to be on the same plane, and there may be some monkeying around with the timelines, but it's all to help us. It's not to hurt. That's all I really have to say.
Hey, Iko, it's Bodie, man. Iko?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure you can hear me.
Yep.
I'm okay with this, but it's kind of for other people, too. Because we know things are changing, laws are changing with the trust and the different financial instruments and whatnot. We keep hearing Joseph talk about Wells Fargo, but I still feel that we should have separate teams outside of the bank. What is your thought about utilizing the legal team and whatnot via Wells Fargo? I'm sure people would be interested.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm spending a lot of money on my own team. Okay. I'm perfectly willing to hear what Wells Fargo has to say. I am telling Wells Fargo that if they give me the rate I am seeking, that they will be the principal funding agent for my foundation, and that I will give them credit every time I speak publicly or on the blogs, etc., on the websites, give them credit for supporting the organization. So that's one thing I'm telling them. But you got to have your own. Well, let's put it this way. You may find that the team Wells Fargo puts together for you is ace. You like everybody. You feel comfortable with them. So you go with that. I've always been ever since I got into this, I've always had this other group in mind because I worked with these guys.
Right.
And I know them personally. I know their personalities. I know what to watch for, what not. The whole bit. And then on top of that, I'm going to have a 3-person research team that essentially operates as my own, in my own private office. These are people. They're responsible for monitoring everything, all the news programs, all the intel. I feel at my level of wealth, I need to be on top of all these things. This is not for everybody. So I just basically outlined triple redundancy, or double redundancy. I forget how to do that math. But I've got a team informing me, and then I am meeting with a private team who is then interfacing with the bank that I end up with. So you've got, it costs a little bit, but at the end of the day, until I can do this all by myself and sit in front of all these people, make my own, black and white decisions on the information they're providing me, I need help. I'm a beginner. That's how I think we should all think of this. It's okay to be a beginner. But if you're going to keep your money and you're going to make use of your money and you're going to be able to give it away properly and not throw it out the window, you're going to need help managing it at certain levels. If you're just somebody, if you walk out of this with $10 million and you want to give the church you've been going to all your life, $500,000 or $1 million, great, and that's all you have to do, and then you can just relax and go have a great time. But I've got large plans, so I need a large staff. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Wonderful.
I don't know if it did.
Yeah,
wonderful.
I heard from Joseph had said that Wells Fargo has come up with some great new plans for everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it makes perfect sense.
Those are the things I'm more interested in instead of the straight and old-fashioned things that used to be out there.
Well, yeah. It is somebody else who I'm not allowed to name told me, that the playbook has not been written because nobody really knows what the game is yet. And I know it makes absolute perfect business sense for these banks to have come up with new directions, product lines, etc. They know what's going to happen. They know how many whales there are out there and how many multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires, and even and what they're calling the guppies. The folks with maybe 100,000 dinar who are gonna walk out of the bank with $500,000 or $1 million. They're not fools. They're not idiots. They've been planning on this for a long time, and they want us to be comfortable. They want us to keep our money with their banks, and they're gonna make sure they do it. I have no paranoia whatsoever about the bank trying to screw me. I really don't. My paranoia, or my caution, let's call it caution, is once I'm established, once I've got my money set up, when I start to look for investments, that's where the danger zone comes back into play.
Yes.
And that's where you need the advice. You need good advice, and you can
Michael,
never
may I
have
ask you a question
advice.
before you
Sure.
go too far? Finding your team, who is going to help you locate these exceptional individuals?
Well, I think I may not have said it on the Winsome calls. I know I've said it on the home calls. I used to have a company that essentially built corner offices for Fortune 100 execs in Manhattan.
Wow.
So I've met half these guys. And when
That's not fair.
Yeah, I know. One, I watched a group of lawyers one day because I had to testify on their behalf. Actually, I had to testify for the construction management firm who was being sued by the law firm. And I watched these three guys rip one of the largest companies in New York a new rear end. And I mean,
wow.
One of these guys was crying. He was so frustrated from the construction firm. And I thought, if I ever get in trouble, and I can afford $3,800 an hour to hire these guys. And then and what occurred was the subs took over the job to finish the job. The construction manager was fired, and the law firm worked directly with all the primary subs. And and you can't help but get to know people in that situation because A, they're spending a lot of money. B, you're devoting a lot of your resources, and you end up playing golf together and going out to dinner and doing all those other things. And I was really impressed with how these guys operated, including their morals. Even though they were a top New York law firm, they had a code that they followed, and I was really impressed by it. So I called them 2 years ago when I got into this, or 3 years now. They said, "It looks like I'm coming into a lot of money. Would you take me on as a client?" They hadn't taken on a new client in 7 years.
Wow.
Wow.
And they said because it's you, sure. Now I know half these guys are like or it's like I forget the name. It's like My Fair Lady or whatever it was. They take the urchin off the street and turn them into and turn her into a lady. Well, I know half of them are joking around and saying, let's take Iko on as a client. And we'll turn them into one of us. But they also, because of that relationship, they will take me on as a client. Now, I have no idea if I'll still be with them in a year. I really don't. But I'm starting off with that. And I've made no bones about it. They told me when I called them again and told them it was starting to get close, they said, "Okay, the day you can write us a check for $50,000, call us." That's the interview fee, and
wow.
They're essentially interviewing me as much as I'm interviewing them. But these are guys that have presidents in their Rolodex. They're not screwing around. And the way I see it, that's the kind of money we're talking here.
Right.
Especially once the foundation. I'm putting together a national foundation to help veterans, and the endowment alone needs to be up around $20 billion is what
God.
it costs. That's a whole other story. As it turns out, it's not easy to help people in the United States.
Well, I think that's going to change as well.
I hope so because
I think that's part of the bad.
Yeah, I did a model here in Pennsylvania of one drop-in center, and the roadblocks are staggering. The insurances are staggering. Nobody wants you within a half a mile of their house. Go to a town meeting and say, I'm gonna open up a drop-in center for veterans in crisis.
Yeah, sounds good until you tell them where.
Oh yeah. Nobody wants you in their neighborhood. So that adds to the cost. I mean, it's expensive. Dealing with the VA on their behalf so that you don't stomp on their benefit. I mean, you name it, and it's nothing but roadblocks. There is nobody out there helping you facilitate. They are only screwing you up. And imagine doing that in 50 states. You're gonna, because every state has their own regulations. Every state has their own level of sympathy, or empathy. I mean, oddly enough, go to Texas, not a big deal. Try it in New Jersey. It's just it's been an amazing education so far, and it's only going to get more complicated with
more amazing. Let's think positive. More amazing.
Oh yeah. And fortunately there's a lot of other folks I'm starting to get turned on to who want to do similar things, and probably at the end of the day, we're going to put together a super foundation that'll can tell the Pew Memorial Trust to go, pound sand. They have territories. They have areas of interest. They have lobbies in the big ones. Have lobbies in Congress, and they don't want you there. They don't want us there. They really don't. What they want us to do is write them checks. That's what they want us to do. And and you know what? I don't care if your published distribution rate is 93%. 7%. What are you doing with that 7%?
Right.
Of $100 billion fund.
Paying off the congressman.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So it's going to get real complicated, and it's going to get weird, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. That's my journey in this.
That's exactly why that the veterans don't get anywhere today, because myself, I hit some stumbling blocks on the same way, and a few years ago, I am myself a disabled veteran, and I got wounded in Vietnam, and I ran into so many roadblocks and obstacles, I gave up.
Oh, I know.
But but now with this new wealth coming on, it's going to be different. There's going to be obstacles, but we're going to have other means of getting around things that we didn't have before.
Yes.
So
that's true.
Yes, exactly. And so what you're saying is exactly what we need to be thinking about also. Is how we can get around those things with our teams that we're getting together, with the money and financial backing that we have, and and things like that is going to change. That's where it's going to make a big difference for a lot of people in this world, especially the veterans, the wounded veterans, wounded warriors, whatever. This is going to make a big difference because there's going to be so many like people out there that really care so much about our wounded and our disabled and whatever that's going to push this thing through.
Yep.
I had to lie when I came back. I had to lie when I finally got to where I could go out and do something. I had to tell them. They said, "Have you been in Vietnam?" No. I said, "No," and they hired me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. No, I watched one of those happen, Wolfie. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was years before I could actually get a job anyhow because I was disabled. I've got a metal plate in my spine and my neck. Mm-hmm. But I almost lost my head. but anyhow,
I guess you're here, Wolfie.
I'm glad I'm here too. So thank you, sweetheart. But who would you get to howl if I wasn't here? I don't know. But anyhow, I like that. I'm 100% with you on that. It's going to be a hard road to go down, but it's going to be different. And people like us, we're going to make that difference. We're going to go in there, and we're not going to be stopped, and we're not going to be detoured. Whatever it is, we'll go around it this time. And we will.
I think there isn't going to be the roadblocks. I think you guys are still in the old thinking. This is going to be a whole new paradigm. These blocks aren't going to be there. We're going to see the doors open because we're going to be the ones that are going to build the doors to begin with. So we're going to be able to open them.
That's great, and if that be the case, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping it's going to be different. I'm hoping that we together can make that difference, that we can take those roadblocks, those obstacles, and remove them because they don't need to be there. That's that old rule, old school that you're talking about. It don't need to be there.
You know, I'm a realist. That it's gonna take work to unravel all of that. That's part of the challenge. That's part of the challenge that I've seen already. Even people who want to help feel their hands are tied. But it's and part of the learning curve is going to be okay. I'm gonna go into a town. I'm gonna go to whatever the local government and say this is what we'd like to do. What do you need from us, etc. But even that takes a lot of just grunt work. It's paperwork. Yeah.
Can we try to maybe? Does anybody have any more tidbits to share? If not, maybe there's like 5 people wanting to ask questions. You want to do rapid fire?
I know we're rambling. Yeah. I mean, this is my pet now, so I can talk about it forever.
I could listen forever too, but
yeah, I apologize. So yeah.
Not me. I don't talk much.
Are you kidding? Come on. Let's not fight.
That was my joke. That was my joke for the night. Now, come on.
So, do you guys want to try a couple of questions?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. First one, Chattanooga, 423. Tom. Unmute yourself.
Lord.
There you are.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
yeah, right ahead.
Huh?
We can hear you, Rooster.
Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you.
Tom.
Yes.
Street.
Good evening, Martha. Yes.
Hi, honey. Man, I was dancing in the streets today.
And I played the song this morning.
I love that song. Are you kidding?
I think it was the last call that Joseph was on. Gave reference to General Dunsford being it was pretty much his call as to when things went down. Was he referring to only Nasara, or was that the RV GCR as well?
I believe it's both.
I believe it's a package. Yeah.
Package deal. That's how it was supposed to come out.
I agree.
Well,
package deal.
Yeah.
That's the way I took the comment, but
Yeah.
I just wanted a little clarity on that as to what how y'all took that comment. If he's the person in charge at this point to basically get it done in both areas.
You know what intrigued me, Tom, is the fact that on
Yes.
the call yesterday with Yosef, a lot of Nasara has been implemented already to a certain point.
Right.
You know, I was sort of like, huh? Yeah.
I think it just needs to be announced now, basically.
Needs to be announced to the public.
Yeah, it's in place. It just needs to be spoken. Yeah, it just needs to be spoken. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, good. That's the way I understood Joseph's comment, but I know sometimes we're thinking one thing and actually they're meaning something else, and I just wanted some clarity there, and that's all. And thank you so much for your comments.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
that.
Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you for all the efforts. This has been one tremendous ride. Hopefully, it's been a very large learning curve for all of us, and I'm as excited and anxious as everyone to exit the bank and then start planning the future that God has chosen us to be a part of.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
That's
Tom.
great. Yep.
Absolutely.
That's special. We appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to go to Illinois 224. 224, Illinois.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
When do you think this is all going to come down, in the next 24, 48, or you think it's going to go the week till the end of the month?
I think it's definitely going to happen before the end of the month, but we're looking at today, tomorrow.
Yeah. I would say 24, wouldn't you, Martha?
Yeah, less than 24 hours, I would say. That's where we're going.
That's what I've been hearing, is the less than 24 hours.
That's
so I would say, I would say 24.
Okay, and I just want to say this is an awesome site. I hope you guys are able to keep it up. We've learned so much, going from back, a couple of years back to now, and this has really been a great site. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and Blondie and Jerry and everybody and all the Intel people, and just listening to everybody just gives you, a sense, and you can make your own mind up as to what you can interpret everything and take what you want, and it's, just been a welcoming thing that I just wanted to say thanks.
Thank you.
Wow.
Before our next caller, I'm going to unmute Denver, Colorado. Come on in.
Hey, Blondie.
Blondie.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, honey.
You're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Blondie.
Do you have any tidbits to share?
Oh, whoopee. Blondie kisses your way, baby.
Hey, honey.
I can't.
Blondie, any tidbits to share?
Well, no. You guys are full of them today. I really have heard absolutely nothing other than what I've been reading on Wolfie's post and what's on the chat room, but nothing to contradict what's being said. How about that?
Well, then that's your 15 minutes of fame, and we have to mute you now.
Thank you, because I can't mute myself.
Thanks, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you, Blondie.
I think we talked to this person the other day. I'm trying to find people we didn't talk to just the other day. Let's go to 331 in Illinois. Oswego, is that how you pronounce that? Three, 1. Oh, they muted themselves. Where'd they go? I lost them. Oswego, Illinois went away. Okay, let's try Oklahoma. Oklahoma
Hi,
City.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
We're doing one question.
I just wanted to make a comment right quick. There was an article, I've been in it so long, from so many years, but there was an article where this lady had lost her money because she had left her money in her savings account but didn't check on it, and the state took it, and I think it was from Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, because of they call it abandoned.
Right, if you don't touch a bank account after 3 months, 6 months, a year, it depends on the bank's policy.
I just want people to know that, because there's things out there that they can take your money just because you didn't check on it, thinking it's just safe being in the bank.
That's why you need to check the unclaimed money at least once a year. Every state has unclaimed money phone number that you call.
Mhm. I just got
$600 back from the state.
Yeah. And she lost $200,000 because she.
Oh my God!
Didn't. It was a big amount. It wasn't she lost $200,000 because she thought it was fine in the her savings account, and she never checked it. She didn't have to because she had other monies, other places else. And when she went to check on it, it was gone. They said, well, the state can take it if you don't. They think it's abandoned. And so I just want people to know that.
Thank you very much.
You need to check with your state. Yeah, you need to check with your state and see what the laws are on that, because there's traps everywhere.
Yes, there are. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Right,
yes,
thank you.
That's great info. Right.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, you want to try a couple more? Because I think a lot of people want to listen to Deb and Sean at 9.
Yeah, I got to leave at 9. I got to leave at 9.
Try 2 more. We have 10 minutes.
I'm
here. Try 2 more?
Yeah, I'm here for 10 more minutes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is Aiko still here with us? Aiko, yeah. Okay. Let's go to try New York City. 917, please. 917?
Hello, this is Tank. How you doing?
Oh, hey,
Tank. Hey, buddy.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Y'all doing a great job. Got everybody all pumped up. I'm very excited.
Damn.
So you kind of answered my question actually, because I'm not technically in a group, so I was just curious because I'd heard that certain groups had got notification. I had also heard from I heard from one reliable source in the chat room, but I'd heard from another source too that we should expect, we could expect 800 numbers anywhere from now for the next 24 hours.
Right.
So I think that's very exciting. So I just wanted to be clear, like when the groups go, there is an expectation that they're basically going to do somewhat of a shotgun start, assuming that they've taken care of the sovereign entities, I'm assuming. Am I looking at that correct?
I think so.
I think so. It's done. Yeah. This is it. We're ready to go, all of us.
We're at the end of the line. We're at the caboose.
Yep. That's what I think.
Yeah. It's amazing.
We started down the sliding board. Tank, we've started down the sliding board of life, and we're just about to hit the end of the slide, and there's nowhere to go except that's it.
Wolfie, from your mouth, man, look, I'm counting on it to happen. It looks really good. I would have to say, to me, it's been very obvious the way the disclosure has come out because I feel like somehow it's just divine intervention that you all got put together because I feel like there's been more come out of your site in the past 2 months you've existed than any time before. So that's really, really amazing. So I appreciate it. And that's the only question I had. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Tank. Have a great night.
Right.
Yeah,
you too.
Thanks, Tank. Appreciate you, buddy.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to try, I don't know if it's California or Canada, 916.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, this is Greg out of Orange County. How you guys all doing today?
Hi,
wonderful. How are you?
Good, thank you. You guys all made my heart stop when I got that tweet. I thought it was a number to give out for our lottery winning tickets that we all hold.
We just wanted to tell everybody how much we love you.
I love you guys too. The last caller hit it right on the head. You guys' information just for the past month have been more informational than listening to the other groups' calls. Getting so much out of it. But my question is,
you have to go
I know that
to get here.
Yeah, but my question is, or my remark is, in regards to Nasara, should we wait till that's all implemented and before we go out of country, to Europe? Is it safe now to go to Europe? I know we're all going to be going jet setting everywhere, so.
I don't see why it wouldn't be safe.
No, there's nothing changed about that. I mean, it's still the same old, same old.
Well,
it's
same old, is it? But by saying same old.
I don't mean the same old that way. What I mean is that you don't have to wait for that to change. What I mean is right now you can, if you want to fly to Europe, you can fly to Europe. That wasn't what I meant. What by same old, it's safe now. There's nothing wrong with it now. You shouldn't have to wait.
Oh, okay.
We don't think it's going to be. You're worried about safety issues, Greg? Am I hearing that correctly?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the currency that I'm holding, I'm even afraid for my grandchildren to be outside.
Well, definitely get the ransom insurance and different protection. And if you're planning on traveling to Europe, you're going to have the money. I'd hire a bodyguard.
Yeah, well, I'm doing all that. I mean, me and my buddies are into this, are getting our own jet plane and doing the whole work. So, after we get it back.
To rent a private plane, dear. Take a private jet.
Exactly. Oh yeah, we're going to have our own jet. So We're going to be right beside you guys' jets, you know. We're all going to be out there.
So, yes, you should be just fine. In my opinion, you should be just fine.
Great.
But everyone out there, there's going to be people watching, sure. But my rule of thumb is that everyone out there does not know who you are and does not know that you have that money. So, you know, the least amount of people you share that to, and the least amount you tell it to and broadcast it to, the better off you are. So it's like all of a sudden you become wealthy and you enter into a seclusion as far as spreading it around, and people don't know that when you get on your journey, on your trip. They don't know who you are when you go overseas or whatever. They've never seen you before. So that part of it will be safe. It's just who you are exposed to here. You know, you need to just kind of be quiet about things. You know, that's my whole ploy of everything. I'm going to be a hermit.
Wolfie, I find that very hard to believe.
I can howl in a cave.
Well, if I can,
I have a 12. Greg, I have a 12-year-old son, and I have the same worries. I know exactly what you're talking about. But when I say the same old, what I meant was you travel wherever you want to travel, like you do now, and the same people that you'd come in contact with, or the majority of them don't know you. So, you know, I went through that too, but then I had to come to a realization point that they don't know me. And if I don't tell them, they don't know.
Right. The watches you're going to be wearing and the clothes that you're going to be wearing, they're going to know.
Well, they're going to know you have a little bit of money, but they're really not. I mean, because there's a lot of knockoffs out there. I mean, I come from an area where there's money, and the people who have the most money are the ones you can't tell. The people that you think have money are the wannabes.
Yeah. Well, I got into this by a... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, leave the bling off for a while.
yeah, absolutely. I'm just, you know, Yeah. Anyways, a friend of mine that out of high school, and I haven't talked to him in 25 years, got a hold of me 3 years ago through a divorce, which ended up being a blessing because he got I wasn't on social media and got on, and he got a hold of me there. And he got home from the Navy and told me all about this. And out of the blind, I jumped right on in. And if I give a holler out to my friend Ron in San Diego for getting me into this blessing. But I want to also thank you, every single one of you that's on this call, giving this information to encourage us every day. And God bless you all.
God bless you, Greg. Thank you.
Okay. You too, Greg. And it's people like you that we are a team because of. We're not any different from anyone else. We're no different from you or any other caller or whatever. We're all in this together. We're all the same. It just so happens that we have come together to see what we can do to help. But we are all in this together, and we just like you. And so we're very thankful for the people. Very thankful for all of us.
And just to prove that, if I don't hang up, my wife's going to kill me. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Aiko.
See you later.
Okay, Wolfie, your call.
Thank you.
You want to wrap it up? Thank you, Greg.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I do have one thing that I'd like to reiterate here just a little bit about the wealth manager. My wealth manager told me, and I think I've told this before, but I just want to go back because I've talked to some people since then that has a little bit, you know, like, what did you say? The wealth manager is telling me that, okay, we know that things for us are going to be different. We're not going to be like we were before. We're going to be wealthy. We're going to try to think outside the box, try to think bigger and greater so that we can spread our PIF bigger and, you know, and go forward. And we can't do that on small thinking. So we have to change. We have to change the way that this mold, this box that we've been in for all of our life. We got to break free of that. So I've been talking with the wealth managers and stuff, you know, in two different banks, and they're both in agreeing, you know, that the banks will also change. They will come out of their box that they've been in also to accommodate us coming out of our box. So the rules are going to be different on our side and the bank side. They want us to come in. They want us to leave our money in their establishment. So they will change to accommodate us. It's not going to be a one-sided thing. We're not going to go in there and put our money into their bank, and then they're going to be the ones that's, whatever. A lot of people are like, well, I don't want to put my money in there and have them control it. Well, don't put it in there and let them control it. You go in there and fix it to where they don't control it, by the non-interest or the interest or with the trust or however you want to do that. That's beside the point. The point is I'm trying to make, they will change to accommodate us. So the old way of banking is going to be out. And I just want people to realize that. We have to change, so does the banks.
Yes, I agree. Thank you,
I do too, definitely.
So that was pretty much it on that one. I just wanted to say, I really like these calls. I mean, I know I'm on them, and everything, but, I still listen. I mean, I hear what other people say, and the callers and you Martha and Bodie, Akko, whoever happens to be on here, Jerry Blondie, whoever's on here, I hear it just the same as anybody else. Just because I'm on it doesn't mean I'm not listening and learning. And I appreciate these calls. I really do. They mean a lot to me. I appreciate the people. The people in the chat are just absolutely wonderful people. I have such warm love and relationship with the people in the chat room. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody that treats me so kind, this is so wonderful. And I don't get a chance that often to say how much I love everybody. And from my heart, to you, all of us, the chat room, everybody that's listening, Wolfie loves you people. He really does. And I mean that from my heart. I love all of you.
Wolfie, you're going to make me cry.
I was just going to say, Wolfie, come on.
I'm sorry, but I do. Okay, I'll snap you out of it. Oh,
you're so awesome.
Well,
Martha, do you have closing comments before we wrap it up?
Absolutely not, except let's just hang in there. We're all that close. Yeah.
And here's the game plan. Once I receive the numbers, I will do a tweet and direct you all over to the forum. I will have the 800 numbers set up in their own little category. You can't miss it. So I promise you all that. That's the best. That's the best I could do. So if you're not able to get a tweet, get it through a friend.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Maybe we can consider, once those numbers do go out and as people make phone calls, if they need help, maybe we can, be available to do like a quick call.
If I'm available, no problem. If I'm headed to the bank, sorry.
Just saying, if they're having problems, even just setting up the appointments, let them bring the information back in. Maybe we can do something to help everybody that way.
We could do that. We could be on stand if we have the time. Up to 4 hours, we could be on standby on here.
Yeah, that's all. Just so we. Hey, everyone's going to have a different issue because everyone is in a different state. So if we're finding there's a problem, then maybe it can be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
That
sounds
get
wonderful.
everyone a lot smoother. So.
That's the name of the game, helping everybody the best we can.
Out with the least amount of problems.
It's 9 o'clock and Wolfie got to go.
Bye, Wolfie. Talk to you later.
Okay, honey. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Go ahead, Martha. Say goodnight, sweetie.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our little impromptu call. We wish you a great evening.
And thank you, Co-Dreamer, for doing the transcription.
The conference is now completed. Goodbye.